everybody, and welcome to a new vlog. So this is Kim from the future, and I accidentally must have turned off some kind of sound setting on my camera, and all of the footage that was gonna go in this video has no audio. So I've tried to put things together in a way where if I can, I've like narrated stuff, and yeah, it's gonna be a little bit more of like a visual journey, let's say, in this video. I wasn't sure whether to just like scrap it entirely or to try and like salvage what I could from the footage. So I've tried to do a little bit of both, but if this video is not the same as the other ones that I've done, I deeply apologize. I don't know what happened, and yeah, not ideal, but I hope you enjoy the video. I hope it doesn't make it too annoying to watch. But yeah, enjoy. Let me know below. I don't think this will be something I'm doing in the future, but yeah, I just didn't want to lose this week and have it totally go to waste. So yeah, on with the vlog. Today we are making an almond cake, and this cake is so easy. It only has 3 ingredients in it. So you're gonna separate your yolks, and basically all you're gonna do is add the sugar to your yolks, the almond flour to your yolks. I will put the recipe down in the description box below, and then you're gonna keep your egg whites and froth them up in a separate bowl until they reach stiff peaks, and then everything gets combined together, put in a pan, and then you bake it in the oven. This recipe is so easy and so delicious, and actually next week we're going to be doing another rendition of this, but as a lemon drizzle cake, because the texture of this cake is so good, and it's actually, as far as cakes go, it's kind of on the healthy side. You could also swap the sugar for like a baking sugar replacement, like a monk fruit one or something like that. So this is me putting the yolks and the almond meal and the sugar together. It looks super thick. Don't be afraid. It just needs a little bit of muscle to mix it all together. And once you've done that, that just sits on the side, and you froth your egg whites. She's done and out of the oven. She is best with a little sprinkle of powdered sugar on top. I definitely took a slice out and ate it because I was in the middle of a Microsoft Teams meeting, and we had a quick break, and I just needed to try this cake. So yeah, that's why it looks the way it does, but I can confirm she was absolutely delicious. Let me know down below if you end up trying this cake too. Coming in with a garden update. So I did rearrange the balcony a little bit, so now the rose is a little bit more protected. She was a bit exposed to the wind where she was on the far end of the balcony, and also we've wiggled things around so that they're a little bit more sheltered because it has been so windy. This is the rose in her new spot, and I actually think this arrangement of the balcony makes you feel like you have a lot more space, but you're also surrounded by greenery a lot more, which is a feeling I'm trying to bring in with the balcony. Like, there is so many plants on there, but I want to feel ensconced in plants, basically. So I've been looking for ways to sort of bring the level of some things up. Like, I've put the salvia on top of the other overturned pot below it, and I've been using like the obelisk to add a little bit more height and visual interest. And I'm really happy with how this is coming together. I think I've ordered a few little like plant stands and some other stuff to help bring some height and some like variety in height to the pots, but overall I'm pretty happy with how she's looking. So just got back from doing the red light therapy and the PEMF bed, and I'm just getting ready to go out for dinner with my friend. So I'm wearing this black midi dress with a really cute scoop back neck detail. She has pockets, and she also has a really cute like boat neck detail on her as well. And this dress is 100% cotton and just super comfortable. I actually bought it at the end of last summer and haven't really gotten a chance to wear it yet, so I'm wearing it now, and it just feels so comfortable. And it has a really cute detail on the side, which is a bit hard to see because it's black, where it sort of like flares out over the hips and it really nips you in at the waist and just creates a really cute flattering silhouette that holds its shape really well, but without having like too much extra bulk or fabric. And I've matched it with the little canvas and tan block heel slides, as well as a little picnic bag. And I will link these both down for you below, as well as the dress. But I really love this dress. To me, it just encapsulates everything I look for when I'm shopping for clothes. It's classic, it's comfortable, it's timeless, it's flattering, and I really love the midi length because I just think there's something about a midi dress that is so flattering and feels much better for me than pants. The bag I'm obsessed with. For me, this is the bag of summer. I love the little basket detail and the gold hardware, as well as the tan vegan leather on it for the handle and the top detailing. It doesn't have a ton of room inside. I'm showing you here. So you can't squish too much in there, but you can get your phone, you can get your keys, a lip gloss, maybe a couple cards, and if you want it to still do up. But yeah, I think she's just the perfect bag for summer when you want something maybe a little bit more elevated than your basket bag. And as always, wearing the YCL Heritage watch, which is just like my everyday watch. I'm always wearing it. And yeah, I think this is a really lovely outfit that I felt really good in. I'm definitely going to be outfit repeating it. I think this dress is just so flattering and so comfortable and perfect for dinner because it's not too tight in the sense that it'll be uncomfortable to eat, but it feels good and I feel like it looks really good too. So yeah, without further ado, let's get going. But also, we can't forget the fragrance of the night, which is Mango Skin by Wilhelm Perfumery. This is one of my absolute favorite fragrances for summer. It smells like a juicy mango. It smells fresh. It smells gourmand. It smells delicious. Like if you want to smell like a snack, but not like a cheap body spray snack, this is the one for you. She is elegant. She is a little bit floral as well, and this is just one of my all-time faves. This is one of the first perfumes I ever bought when I was getting into more niche perfumes, and it remains a staple in my wardrobe. I absolutely love her. So you just watched me planting the cucamelons on for the first time. I figured they were ready to graduate from their seedling tray because they were clinging onto the sign, and I didn't think that was a good spot for them to be. I'd rather they climb the obelisk they have. So yeah, just watering them in. And it's been a few days since I filmed this, and they are absolutely loving life. They have grown so much. They're climbing up the obelisk. So I'm really excited to hopefully be picking some cucamelons in, I don't know, a couple months, I guess. But yeah, super exciting. I did have to pull up the radish, but I'm gonna use these in a salad later. I've potted on the tomatoes into their new homes, and oops, that leaf is a little bit buried. Yeah, so the tomatoes are in their final resting place, and it's going to give them a little bit more space to grow. They're all looking really healthy and vibrant, so feeling optimistic, although there is definitely... I'll turn you around. Oops, lost my shoe. There is definitely more tomato plants than there is pots currently, so a few of them are still in the tray over there, and I left the smaller ones in the tray because I figured like plant on the bigger, healthier ones, and I'm gonna have to go to the shops and get some more pots for tomatoes so that they have somewhere to go. But yeah, pretty soon there's gonna be all tomatoes here and no space for me, which is exactly how I want things to be. She's already putting out some new branches, so I think that's a good sign. And yeah, there was a few buds on it, but it was really windy one day, and I think the wind actually knocked them off. So yeah, not ideal, but I'm hoping that she's gonna just bounce back and put out some new buds, and hopefully we will get some roses soon. I also put the little tomato, that guy there, the tomato plant, and then the rest are just basil. So we're gonna see how those guys do companion planted together. And yeah, everything is looking really good, and I had like a few incidents with pests. Like there was some leaves where I pulled them up and there was these little tiny like eggs on them, and I was like, this is not the vibe. So I sprayed it with like a neem oil spray and tried to pull off any leaves that looked really stressed or dead or like they weren't going to recover, and yeah, hopefully that took care of it. Like I had to trim down all of these because they were covered. This was oregano and that was thyme. They were covered in these weird little eggs, and I just didn't want to risk them transferring over to the rose, so I just chopped them all down, and it looks like the oregano is already starting to come back, so that's good. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at in the garden right now. And just like that, the day is done. I swear days lately are just going so quick, and it's like I feel like I sit down at the computer to do stuff, and then 2 seconds later I'm like, oh, okay, the day is over now. But I am getting ready to go to horseback riding, and I am so excited. It really feels like spring is in the air because it's warm out. I mean, it's very windy, which very feels like spring here. And also, I am wearing a sleeveless shirt to go horseback riding. Like, I cannot quite believe it. Like, it feels like it was 2 minutes ago. It was freezing. I was wearing thermal lined breeches. I was putting my gloves on just to sit in the stands and watch the other lessons because it was so cold. But no, we are dressed and ready for, maybe I'll bring you down a little bit. Dressed and ready to go riding. I mean, you don't need to see below my knees anyways because I'm not wearing my boots right now because they need a clean and I don't want to drag the dirt through the house. Although, if I shook it out on the garden, it would probably be really good for the garden because I'm sure there's manure in there with all the dust that's stuck to the bottom of my boots. Anyways, it's gross. If you're not a horse person, you're probably like, ew, Kim, that's disgusting. But anyways, so this is my riding outfit. When I say I have been waiting months and months and months and months and months and months, it feels like, to wear this shirt for riding. It has felt like that. So I've got just like this sleeveless Holland Cooper like polo top. You absolutely could wear this like not horseback riding too. I think you could wear it for other stuff as well, but I really love like the crest detailing and like the beading on it. Like the details on Holland Cooper stuff is just always insane, next level. The fit is incredible as always. We have these cute little gold buttons and then you've got like your little collar, standard polo shirt. But yeah, super comfortable. And if you're like, you're insane for wearing white around horses, I really don't care. Like, will it get dirt on it? Probably. That's what the washing machine is for. I'm really not that bothered by it. I think people are always like, horses don't care what you wear, but I'm like, but I care what I wear and I want to feel like I look cute. So yeah, I'm wearing these breeches that I've actually had them for like years and years and years and years. I think like the fit on them is just so nice. Like they're so comfortable and they're so stretchy, and you've got like a nice little phone pocket. I probably wouldn't ride with my phone in this pocket. It doesn't quite feel deep enough for me to feel like it'd be secure in there. So I use it as a treat pocket, which is equally important. One could argue treats are more important than your phone, at least to your horse. And then this little belt is, I think this one's from AliExpress. If I can find it, I'll link it below. I really love a brown suede belt, but I realized like I don't wear it that much with my normal outfits because I don't have shoes that match. And I like to match my shoes and my like accessories together. Like I don't really have things aside from this belt in this like nice chocolatey suede-y shade, although I do really like the richness of the brown and like the brass, sort of brass gold, there's a hair, buckle detailing. But anyways, yes, that is my riding outfit, just so you can see it a little bit better. Super comfy, and yeah, let's go to the barn. Good morning, everybody. So I just wanted to show you my outfit for the day. So I have a little rattan and leather little bucket basket bag. I'll link it down below, and then just this white maxi shirt dress, as well as the canvas and white slides. Going for a very monochromatic look. I felt like because it is getting into spring, it's starting to get pretty warm, and I feel like this is going to be the last little bit of the season where I can wear a long sleeve shirt dress and not overheat. So yeah, that's what we're doing. That is the look for the day. Back in the kitchen, I've gotten some pretty good work done on the computer, and now it's time to make some lunch. So we are going to do a chicken clay pot recipe. So I've got some, I think these are shiitake mushrooms in here. I'm gonna add 1 1/4 cups of boiling water just to allow those to soften. stand is coming in so handy. So bring to a boil. Okay, while that's happening, I'm going to prep the bok choy. This is one of those veggies that my grandma used to always like have this growing in her garden. This and beans. And I think growing up I really didn't appreciate it. Like she had like just a little couple meter by couple meter like garden plot behind their house. And I really didn't like, it was just so normal to me. I was just like, yeah, whatever, grandma's growing her own veggies, like, no big deal. But now when I think of it, I'm like, gosh, I really wish I had like paid more attention. My grandma and grandpa were farmers, actually, so they know a thing or two about growing veg. And I think just growing up, you just don't appreciate it when like that kind of thing, you're like, oh, everybody has a backyard garden, whatever. No, not everyone has a backyard garden. And she'd always grow like beans and stuff. And now I'm just like, I wish I took more advantage of learning about that knowledge, but anyways, maybe it runs in the family. I would say it does. So now we've trimmed the bok choy, sliced the spring onion. But I think it's like that, like, you know how growing up, you just, whatever you grow up in, you think that's normal. And I think now it's like I hear people talking about how like they want to get back to like growing stuff in their garden or growing more veg or that kind of thing. And it's kind of funny because you sort of like when you grow up around it, you just really take it for granted. You don't think it's anything special or interesting, or you're just like everybody grows stuff in their backyard. So yeah, I just think it's interesting, isn't it? Like you can want to know all these things as an adult, but when you're like a kid, you just don't appreciate it. It's a journey, I guess, you have to go on. So next, we're going to, I need a tiny bowl. The other day I broke, like I had this little garlic smasher, and it was just the best thing ever. Like you would just roll the garlic underneath it and it would mince it up perfectly for you, and it broke, which is kind of sad, and now I have to chop my garlic the normal way. I don't know if you can see up there. I'll bring you down a little bit. But one of the things, if you didn't know this about garlic, is we're always trying to peel it with the, like, and it's really difficult to peel, but if you smash your garlic first and then peel it, it is way easier to get off. So, yeah, little fun fact for you there. Garlic going into the tiny bowl. Switch. Put it in a bowl that was too small. It should be in a big bowl. Now the chicken is going to go in. letting this pan come up to temperature, and then we're going to brown the chicken in there. Broth, simmering liquid going on. The chicken is cooking. It just smells really good. And the mushroom soaking liquid and oyster sauce and a little bit of sugar into the pot, and I've also topped up the water because the mushroom liquid reduced by quite a lot and you still need water to cook the rice. So I topped that up to about a cup, and then I put my chicken that I browned in a separate pan on top, and now we're going to bring that up to a boil and then turn it down to a simmer for about like 16 to 18 minutes. So everything's just going to cook in that one pot, and towards the end of it you're going to just put your bok choy is going to go on top, and the heat is just going to allow that all to cook in, and it's going to be super delicious. And there we go, all done. It is not the fanciest looking thing, but I think it will be utterly delicious. Some new pieces from Karen Millen just arrived, and I had to show them to you because honestly, this dress is everything. It is a linen blend, and it has, the detail on this is just amazing. I'll come a little bit closer. So you have this sort of like almost darting that creates almost like this corset like effect that really like nips you in at the waist, and then you've got like a cute just collar here, as well as some little white buttons that are covered by this panel here, so it just gives you like a really nice, smooth, sleek, seamless effect. It's a 3/4 sleeve, which I think is actually a really nice detail because it almost like gives you the feeling of it being like a full-length dress that you've like pushed the sleeves up on, but you don't have to worry about like rolling your sleeves up and having them stay there and one being longer, one being shorter. I don't know, is that just like a me problem? Let me know below. But yeah, this dress is incredible. Also, I think it's really worth noting that the fit on this is just insane, because I've tried a fair few dresses that are like this in my time, where it's like a shirt dress but it has like that sort of like nipped in detail at the waist. And let me tell you, this apparently is really hard to get right, because a lot of the time I find even if I take the correct size, as soon as you go like this or you like sit down, this just gaps open, which is really unflattering because you want this part to stay centered and smooth and flat and like seamless. And this dress, they have done it. I've taken my regular size, I think this is a size 10. Would an 8 have fit? Maybe, but with dresses like this especially, I was like, I want to make sure that that's not going to happen. And as I ordered it online, you never know what you're going to get. And so I thought, to be on the safe side, we'll just go with a 10, and it fits perfect in my opinion. And I wish you could feel the quality of the linen. It is such a nice linen. It's a little bit textured, but it's so light and floaty. The dress is lined and we do have pockets. I have partnered it with this little black and tan bag, which is very similar to the brown one that you've also seen me carrying, but the black one was actually the first one I ever got when I was wearing more black accessories. And I do love like black and white together, and I think that the like rattan kind of softens the black so it's not so harsh. Like, I don't mind like a contrasty like black and white look, but I think sometimes, especially for spring and summer, it's nice to have something like a natural texture to sort of soften it, so it just feels a little bit like softer overall. And you can see the length that it's falling. I believe I did order the petite sizing of this, so it fits me perfectly. Of course, if you're not petite, order your normal size. But the length is just perfect for a midi dress. There's lots of fabric in the skirt, which you know that I love. It just feels super light, super floaty. This dress, I feel like it really could carry you through the seasons, because you could throw a tweed blazer over this and it would be perfect for fall or the more transitional seasons or autumn, or you could just style it like this for spring or summer. It might be a bit warm for summer where I live, but that's okay. And I just matched it with a little black block heel as well, just for a little bit of extra height. These are still super comfortable. So yeah, I feel like this dress is an absolute win. She's just a beautiful classic white shirt dress, which at this point you're probably like, how many white shirt dresses do you have? A fair few, but they all do something different in my wardrobe. So this is when you want not like a short sleeve, you want like a longer one that's a little bit more covered up, which I think is great for two things. One, if you just wanted to be a little bit more covered up. Two, if it's maybe getting into the colder months, or maybe you're transitioning out of the colder months into the warmer months. Yeah, this dress is just going to do it for you, and the fit and the detailing is just amazing on this. As always, Karen Millen, the quality is so good, and like everything I've ever got from them, it just feels unreal. And if you can get them in the sale, like the outlet sale they have right now, I don't know if it's still going to be on when this goes live, it is insane. Like, let me tell you, like dresses that have been on my wish list at an insane price. So yeah, I think this one is definitely a keeper. She is stunning, and I also really like this kind of open detail here. I feel like it makes it really comfortable, and it's just those little things that make such a difference. Because, or like if you wanted, you could cuff it up and make it like almost a bit of like a long short sleeve shirt, but I personally just like it like this. You could do the buttons all the way up to the neck, but that's not really how my vibe is for this one, and also it's for me sometimes just not very comfortable. But yeah, I feel like this is one of those dresses, it's just easy to wear, it's classic, it's elegant, it's timeless, you feel really good in it, and most of all, you're just comfortable. Because I think the thing is, like, somebody once said to me, they're like, you're always so dressed up, and I was like, yeah, it's just how I feel good. And they're like, yeah, I just like to be comfortable. And I was like, I like to be comfortable too. Like, don't get me wrong, I will not wear something that's not comfortable. Like, it has to feel good. And I think that's why I really struggle with jeans, because even though you can find like the best, most comfortable jean, I'm still aware that I'm wearing them. And this is probably more of a me thing, because I'm like very like I have sensory sensitivities. Like, I'm very sensitive to like how things feel on me. And if something is distracting me, like a pair of jeans or something, I just will not be able to think. Like I can't focus, can't handle it. So when I say something is comfortable and you can dress really like nicely and still be comfortable, like this feels like I'm wearing a night dress. Like I am so comfortable in this, and obviously everyone has different levels of like how important that is to them, and I think when I was younger it mattered a whole lot less, but at this point in my life I'm like, no, I need to be comfortable, otherwise I'm not gonna wear it. So yeah, this dress, it ticks that box. It is super comfortable. It just fits so well. The fit is incredible. The way it just skims your body but creates like a really flattering shape so you're not like overwhelmed by the amount of fabric. I think sometimes when you are on the petite side, one of the tricks I've noticed is like you have to make sure that you can see your ankles and your wrists if you're gonna wear a lot of fabric, because it really helps to almost like break it up, and it keeps things in proportion, and it stops you from being like swallowed by things. That's why I think sometimes, even in the next dress I'm going to show you, I'll explain why a little bit better, but especially if you want to wear like white, which I think can be quite like a statement color, which sounds weird to say sometimes, but because like visually, if we think about color theory, like white makes things look bigger, black makes things look smaller. If you're wearing white over your whole body and you're not breaking it up in some kind of way, I think this would go for any color, any fabric, it can be really overwhelming if you're petite. So having like your wrists out, having your ankles out, making sure that those kind of are showing, scandalizing the Victorians, like that's gonna help make things not look like they're overwhelming your body and like you're wearing a pair of curtains. It's gonna make it look like it fits. And then also having like one point of your body, like if you can accentuate your waist and have that nipped in either with a belt or like just through the styling, that's also gonna make it so that you don't look overwhelmed by what you're wearing. Because sometimes you look at a model and you're like, she doesn't look the same. It doesn't look like she's wearing a tent in the photo on the website. So yes, on to the next one. Next up, we have this white linen midi dress, although this is like a maxi length on me, but I feel like it's a good way of showing you what I was just talking about. Like, I'm probably gonna get this tailored because I bought it in like the normal sizing instead of the petite sizing as per usual, and because that's what was available, and I really like this dress. I've had my eye on it for a really long time, and Karen Millen do this dress like in multiple different colors, and they seem to release it like every year, so even if this exact one isn't available on the website, there should be something similar. They also have a navy, they have like a sort of more oatmeal linen, I've seen it in like, gosh, like it seems like every color of the rainbow. They have like this really like vibrant orange one. Like you can get this dress in so many different colors, so many different styles. They also have like I'll show you a little bit closer. Like I feel like the details on this dress are really what make it. So you kind of have like this straight across detailing, which I think really frames the shoulders nicely, and it honestly just like sculpts you in like that. Like it gives you an insane hourglass figure. And I think it's nice because especially if like maybe you want to like not have the girls on show, or you want your chest to be covered up, I think this is a really, really great option, that it feels really like you're covered up, but it's also like the shape of it is really feminine and like elegant, which I think is really nice. So we've got like this little sort of banded detail which really nips your waist in, and I think that the straight kind of, I don't know what you call it, like the straight bit there is really flattering because it just creates a really clean line, especially in white or the navy. I thought it was really nice as well, but I'm just like a white dress girl for summer. Like I just love a white dress, as you probably guessed. And then you have this really cool little tab detail here where like you could, you can do it tighter if you want to, I think. No, I think it's on the tightest setting, but it sort of could nip the waist in even more. Say maybe you got like a bigger size and you wanted it to be more fitted around the waist, although like undoing it doesn't make it looser because you have this band here and the dress is just the size that it is. But I think the paneling detailing and the construction of it is really what makes it, because like you can just see the way that it like creates this hourglass silhouette, and then it has pockets too, which I think also really helps contribute to like that hourglass figure that it gives you. Like it's one of those dresses that is like deceptively simple, but then the detailing is really what makes it. And then you have like almost this faux pocket flap that helps to contribute with like that shape of the way that it really like nips your waist in. I've paired it with this little like is it like a rattan and like leather bag, because I just think white with like a tan really helps give it that richness. And because the hardware on this version of the dress is gold, I think it's also like nice to match the two of them together. But most of the hardware I have on is usually gold, so that was kind of like an easy thing for me, because if this was silver, I think it kind of, I don't know, it's such a tiny detail, but I think it might not have been totally right for me. But yeah, this dress is super comfortable. She is very fitted. I'm wearing this in a size 8, and I think she just fits perfect. Like, the fit on this is insane. Like, it literally looks like it was tailored to fit my body. And yeah, so much fabric in this skirt, but you know, it just really helps contribute to the shape of it. Like, to put it in perspective, on the model, the website, like the dress is like this length on her. So it is definitely like a maxi length on me. I'm just wearing, I feel like I need to wear it with a little block heel just to get like that elevation off the ground. But you can see what I meant about how like, this is maybe personal preference, but to me, like, the skirt is too long on me. I think it really will look better if I get it tailored, and it'll just kind of fit proportionally with everything else that I have going on, being like the lack of height that I have going on. And I think when you're petite, sometimes like knowing those things is really helpful, because sometimes you can put something on and you're like, it's not quite right, but I like it, but I don't know what needs to change. And so when I feel like that with an outfit, that's the things that I start looking to fix. I'm like, okay, like, does like an ankle need to be showing? Do I need to belt it? Do I need to tuck something in? Do I need to push the sleeves up? Like, how can I make it to the proportions? It's like that, I don't know if you've seen that like wearing versus styling trend on TikTok, where it's like they show you just the piece on and then they show you how they styled it. Mind you, with a dress, there's not a whole lot that you can do sometimes, aside from like getting it tailored if it's a little bit too long, or yeah, like rolling up the sleeves if it is like a long sleeve shirt, and it would look nicer with the sleeves rolled up, or it just adds a little bit of dimension to the outfit. But overall, I really love this dress. It's a linen blend. It does have a little bit of polyester in it, but and you know that I don't really like that, but I'm gonna let it slide for this just because I do really love this dress. And yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like, don't let your rules become like overly pedantic. Like, that's what life is for, right? Like, it's for breaking rules. And it's like, yeah, what you do 80% of the time, and it's a blend. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, okay, well, it's fine. Some mental gymnastics were done there, but just because I love it so much, like, I think the simplicity of it, but the little details and the fit and the construction of it just make it so worth it for me. So yeah, I think this is an absolute winner. If white is not your color, there is many more colors on the website that you can get this dress in. I do think the navy option is really nice as well, because navy is just easy to wear. It's something different than black. It feels really fresh. It feels really crisp. Yeah, but I love a white dress. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to get this taken up to about there, and then it's going to fit how it was supposed to fit. But yeah, I really love these two together, and I think this little bag kind of just gives it like a little pop, gives it a little bit of like dimensionality, bit of interest to the outfit. And yeah, I think these slides have honestly won like most valuable player in my wardrobe, because I just wear them with absolutely everything, and they just seem to go with everything. Like, I just can't get enough. I wish I had like 2 pairs of them. That's a lot. I do have like, they also came in like a cream and canvas, and I like thought, well, that might be cute if you wanted to do like cream accessories. But no, I always reach for these ones. So I kind of wish I had bought 2 of them. So like, if they one day wear out, but oh well, then I'll just have to find something else I like, I guess, just as much. But yeah, absolutely love this dress. And with all of the dresses, I will link them down below. And then last, but certainly not least, you have seen this dress already in the white version, and it's giving, if you like it, might as well get it in another color. This cornflower blue is just so beautiful, and this is one of those dresses that I feel like the quality of Karen Millen just really, really shines in this. Like, the the fabric, like the weight of it, it is also made out of cotton, which you know I love, and like the weight of it, I wish, like, you can't tell by looking at it, but like it has this weightiness to it that just like, and durable is not usually a word that I would use to describe like a dress, but it feels like you can feel the quality in it. And it's like a really nice thickness, but it's not like heavy in a bad way. Like it just feels substantial in like a good way. I don't know if I'm really getting my point across, but anyways, we've got like this collar detail. It does go all the way up to the top, and you have like this cute little gold button, and it has gold buttons underneath the panel as well. And I think one of the amazing things about it is like, again, like the quality of the construction of it, just every little detail is thought of. The way they've done the buttons and the panel, it makes sure like it's always going to lie flat, it's always going to look nice. You're not going to get that gaping that can look really unattractive when you sit down. And like, let's be real, no one is walking around and just standing in their outfit. You want it to look good when you're standing, when you're sitting, when you're whatever else you're doing. The details on this are really cute too, because you have like almost a padded shoulder pad, which does create like a nice strong sharp shoulder, which I just think is such a nice detail. It comes with this little tan belt, so like yay, free belt. And the amount of fabric in the skirt of this is just next level. Like, and it also has like a little bit of, not like boning, but like something to hold it stiff at the bottom, so you're not gonna like have any floppy edges. The amount of fabric in the skirt, like, look at that, is just on another level. And like, I can't even get my bag down to my side because the volume in this. I'm joking, you can. It's a comfortable dress. Like, but it's just, yeah, the structuring, the detailing, it just, like the way that these pleats are almost sewn together, they are sewn together, not almost, the way that they're sewn together just allows the dress to hold like its like structure and its shape in a really beautiful way. I paired it with a little canvas and tan bag because I think like this sort of like cornflower blue and tan accessories is just chef's kiss, a pairing made in absolute heaven. And I'm just wearing it with the little tan slides as well, just to match with the bag. And yeah, gold accessories. I'm just wearing my watch right now from YCL. And also with YCL, there is a link down in the description box. If you shop through the link, I believe you get $20 off orders. I believe it's over $90. I could be wrong, but the details are down in the description box. So if you're looking at anything from YCL, use the link. I don't have a code, but you just have to like click the link and then it'll take you there and it'll do the rest. But yeah, I think YCL jewelry is, so many of my pieces are from there. I just really love how like tying jewelry to an event for me like just makes it really special. Like this little the chain is from YCL, and the little horse charm is from YCL, and that was a gift from my mom for my graduation. And let's see if we can untangle everything here. The little evil eye, oops, little evil eye bracelet. Oh my goodness, I cannot show you. There we go. The little evil eye bracelet is also one from YCL. And then the other ones, I think one of them is from Love Isabel, the tennis bracelet, which I thought was really fun because it's like a tennis bracelet, but it is slightly different details with the little X's and the sort of rectangular bars. And I think this one might just be like a little Amazon snake chain, but yeah, they're a little bit tangled up together. And then, yeah, the YCL Heritage watch. I loved it because it's just kind of like a vintage looking watch, but it's new. It's not vintage. Yeah, and then also this other little necklace that I wear. It's a, I don't know, is it picking up? It's a little tiny K and then a little, I think it's a cubic zirconia. But yeah, pretty much everything is from YCL. And I've got many other pieces from them too, but I just always like using them to commemorate an occasion or something special or whatever. Maybe that's just me, but like I like my jewelry to be tied to something nice. Not to say I wouldn't buy something unless there's an occasion, but yeah, I think it's kind of nice to have like those memories. And yeah, I mean, this dress is absolutely stunning. I believe it is also available in like a camel color, which I think would be really nice as well. especially for like autumn winter. Like you could definitely layer this with like a base layer or maybe some tights and like a pair of like tall boots, like a blazer over your shoulders or a jumper or a cardigan or whatever, just to add a bit of warmth. But yeah, I really, really love this dress. I love the white version so much. I wear it so much. I get so much use out of it. So when I saw the blue one, I was like, I think I have to grab this as well. So yeah, let me know what you think of them down below. Which one was your favorite? And yeah, let's get going. Well, another day has gone by. I feel like yet again, can you hear that? Sorry if you can hear the neighbors. Another day has gone by again, and I just feel like we really spent a lot of time on the computer, which probably was not very interesting for you to watch, so I did not film it. But yeah, I am dressed and ready to go to Pilates. I'm gonna go do reformer, and it just feels like a really nice way to end Wednesday. Like, the studio's nice and close to home, so you just go, work your body, come home, have some dinner, go to sleep, do it all over again. But yes, I am wearing this little green set from Adenola. They just make some of my favorite activewear. So comfortable, so flattering. I absolutely love this color. Like, I mean, it matches my bedspread, like right here. And I apologize if the vlogs lately have just been really me at home doing stuff and maybe not a lot of going other places. This is just a season of sitting at my desk quite a lot. And that's okay, because sometimes it's like that, but yeah, it kind of probably doesn't make for the most interesting vlogging content sometimes, but also at the same time, I don't want to be disingenuous, and I'm like, well, this is my life right now, so thank you for bearing with me as we go through this season together. But yeah, ready to go. I'm gonna throw my hair up in a ponytail, and off we go to Pilates. Just need to appreciate how beautiful the weather is. I'm just parked waiting for Pilates class to start, and like, oh my god, it's just so nice out today. So sunny, so beautiful. The temperature is perfect. There's a tiny bit of a breeze, like paradise. Back from Pilates, and oh my god, that was such a hard class. Like, I was humbled. And I've done Pilates for like years and years and years and years and years. But reformer really does something for you that you're just like, oh my god, this is so hard. But like, hard in different ways. But yeah, it is just the most magical evening out. It's the perfect temperature. There is a light breeze. I showed you a little bit of like the stuff around because it's just so beautiful. I had to share it, and it really like made me think of that saying that I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it's like something along the lines where it's like when you're living in the days that like in the future you're gonna look back for like this time and like miss it, or like long for the time that you lived in those days, and like how special is it to have that awareness like when you are having those days, or like when you are living in that phase of your life, that you're like, one day I will look back at this time and be like, oh my god, that was so amazing, that was so magical, I can't believe I got to live that, like what a dream. And I feel like I have been very, very fortunate to have many chapters in my life where I have felt that way about it. And of course, like, it's not by chance too. Like, I very intentionally create a life that feels good to live in for me, that, yeah, meets my values, I guess, or like allows me to do the things that I want to do. And I realize that a certain level of privilege goes along with that, but also at the same time, it's like I take accountability like for creating that in my life. Like, if there's something I want to do, I usually go and just do it. Like, don't let, because like, I mean, when I moved to Australia, people are like, but you don't know anyone there, what are you gonna do? And I was like, it's a country full of people, cool, I'm sure I will meet some. Like, just that kind of like leap in the net will appear attitude is very like innate to me. But I think it's so special to sometimes like stop and look around in your life and be like, wow, nothing lasts forever. Like, everything is finite, nothing is permanent. Like, I have no idea where I'm going to live. Like, I love being here right now, and I acknowledge that maybe in the future I'll be somewhere else. Who knows? And when I think about that, I'm like, oh, there is a certain amount of sunsets that you will get to see in your lifetime. There is potentially, for me, like a certain amount of Australian sunsets I will get to see in my lifetime. And well, that's true of everyone, even the people who are Australian, because nobody lives forever, at least not that we're aware of, or not, yeah. So it's just realizing, like, taking a moment, because I think it's so easy to just rush through life, and like that, like, I was working on like my CV, and I was like writing things down and being like, oh, I did this year, and I did this year, and then I kind of stopped to realize, and I was like, I have had a very busy year. Like, I published 2 of my first like research papers. I got into my PhD. I presented at 2 conferences. I started like working at the university that like I did my undergrad at. I got a staff email, like just all these things where I think if you had told me this like 4 or 5 years ago, I would have been like, what? Like, just would not have believed you. And I think it's so important to like stop and not just smell the roses, but like to realize like there was a time where maybe you're living a life that you couldn't have even imagined, or maybe like you're living like your actual dreams. Or the funny thing about living your dreams is sometimes when you're in them, unless you stop to notice, you don't realize that you're living in them. And this lighting is really doing the most. But I think it's so important to be like, am I living one of my previous dreams? Like, am I living a version that like younger me would have been excited about? Am I like living a version of myself that's like in alignment with my values? Am I appreciating like getting to see the sunset, living somewhere I love living, like having a home that I like love being in that feels so good to me? Like, I don't know, getting a new dress that makes me feel really good when I wear it. Like, are you really letting those moments sink in? And I know I'm not perfect at this, absolutely not, but I also think sometimes I'm better than most at it. Because it's funny, like, even when I was, like, first picked up a camera and started taking photos when I was, like, I don't know, 17, 18 years old, the thing that really, really drew me to photography was like your ability to like capture a moment and like have it forever. Like, even photos that I look back at that time, like they're not the technically best photos, but I remember everything that was going on. I remember like the people I was on set with, if it was like fashion photography. I remember like what I was thinking about. I remember like the mornings that I went out to like shoot self-portraits in the park near my parents' house. Like, just, I remember it. And like, I don't remember those things without looking at that. And I think that's also the magical thing about art. But the thing that really drew me to it is like that ability to like capture a moment that you're never going to be able to live in again. Like, even now, I can't go back to the 30 minutes that I was living in before. And I think sometimes it's like time is so fleeting and you just really don't know how long you get, and it's just so easy to get lost in like the hustle and grind and day-to-day life that you like stop to notice how like magical things are. I don't know, that's what I've been thinking about. And like I'm talking to you guys, I'm seeing this incredible sunset, I'm like creating like these vlogs and this YouTube channel, like sharing my life with you, taking you along on the journey. And it's for you, but it's also for me, because I'm like, one day, how like nice would it be like if I was consistent and I kept doing this, and like in 20 years I had like years of videos to look back on, like what I was doing, like when I started doing this or when I was doing that. Like, I know I'm going to enjoy it. I hope that you guys also enjoy it. But yeah, if I can just like inspire you to take like a little moment to like look around and be like, is there something that I'm living right now that was like a dream before? Like, can I just appreciate, like stop and smell the roses, or appreciate the sunset that I'm seeing, or whatever. Just have like that little moment of gratitude and like really let it land, because it is so easy to just zoom through your life and not notice these things. And I think we really do ourselves a disservice, because if like, what are you working hard for then if you're not going to appreciate the magic when it happens? There is no point. Anyways, I'm gonna go heat up my dinner. And tomorrow is another Pilates packed day. Not Pilates packed, but like I am going to hustle. I think they're doing like some kind of a fun event alongside a phone case company that just launched, that if they don't make one for my phone size, unfortunately, but if they did, I would be all over this, because it basically has like a built-in stand so that you can prop your iPhone up literally anywhere as long as you got a flat surface. So it's really good if like you're a dancer or you're a content creator or you just want to take photos of yourself or you want to get selfies or you want to like film yourself at Pilates or get cute stories for your Instagram, like whatever you want to be shooting yourself for. And like I think we all have had the problem where you like prop your phone up on something and then it falls right over. So this phone case just launched recently. It's called Props, I believe. Super cool. If they have one that fits your phone, I think it's a great idea, but I think them and like Hustle have collaborated together to do some kind of Pilates event. So I'm gonna bring you guys along to that, and yeah, I'm excited to go and see what they've cooked up for us. I have no idea what's involved. They're just like, wear this, come here. And I'm like, okay, sounds good. So yeah, gonna go eat my dinner and probably have like an early night because I didn't sleep very well last night. So I'm very, very excited to get to bed.